Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is LVR and I'm about to show you my DLC prediction tier list for Dragon Ball FighterZ. So as you probably know right now, there's still 3 characters that are gonna be added to this game. And I'm gonna try to predict right now which 3 characters are gonna be there. So as you can see right now, I have 3 categories in here, and the first category is most likely to get added. In this category, I'm gonna put in all the characters that I think will get added for sure, as in 3 of these characters will definitely make it in the game, in my opinion. Then we have my wish list, which is basically 3 characters that I wish would get in, which have some chance of getting in, I guess. And there's honorable mentions, which is characters that have some chance of getting in, but ultimately I don't think there's any chance of them adding them into the game. So let's get started. We're gonna start with honorable mentions. So the first honorable character that I'm gonna mention is Pycon. Now this is a slightly popular character that I see people suggest to add to the game, but I think he's not that popular and he would be kind of difficult to make because of his flame particles, which would require them to make something unique, I guess. But then again, animations are animations, and that's not really an issue, I guess, for Arc Systems to make. The next honorable mention is Dabura. Now this character is also a villain type character. I mean, not also, but he's a villain type character that some people suggest to get added, but he's not really popular. I don't think anybody would like him to be in the game. He would be kind of different, but then again, we do have a couple of sword characters. He would be a sword character as well, but I guess he would be the least popular among them. Now we're gonna go into some movie characters. Right now, for the first one is probably the most popular movie character to mention, which is Tapion. Now, I don't think he's gonna get added simply because he would be kind of generic. He is popular, however. People would like him to be in the game because he's kind of cool. He would probably have a unique mechanic with his ocarina, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I think it would be cool to add him just to be kind of different, right? But I don't think he's gonna get added. If any movie character is gonna get added, it's probably gonna be a villain, not a good guy. Right, the next one is a meme character. Actually, he's also a movie character, which is basically Turtles. So why do I call him a meme character? Because we literally have 6 Gokus in the game and there's like 7 Dragon Balls, so it only makes sense to add a 7th Goku, right? Other than that, I think he would be kind of cool to get added with his ring special moves, whatever you want to call them, and the Fruit of Might. But I don't think he's getting added. He's just in here for the memes, right? And the next character, which is somewhat requested by people to get added, is also a movie character, which is Bojack. Now Bojack is a big character, and the reason I think he wouldn't get added, what I'm referring to is the green transformation or whatever, the final form. Why I think he's not gonna get added is because he kind of plays very similarly to Z Broly, so that's my opinion on why I don't think he has any chance of making it in the game, although some people requested him to get added, right? Alright, so now we have the final honorable mention, which is a very popular character suggested by people, and it's Hercule, or Mr. Satan, whatever you want to call him. Now, personally, I don't think he would be a cool character to get added. Some people think he would, but as you might know, Arc System has confirmed that they are not making any joke characters, and he would be considered a joke character because he couldn't super dash. Literally, he wouldn't have a mechanic. They would have to give him a jetpack or something. So yeah, because Arc System confirmed that, I don't think he has any chance of getting in, but he's worthy of being an honorable mention, I guess. Now we're gonna get into the most likely to get added category. Now the first character that I think is most likely to get added is King Piccolo. Now why I think he has a good chance to get added is because we need a villain character for GT Goku. And this doesn't really make sense when you know, he's not from GT, he's from the original Dragon Ball, but his ultimate or super, however we're gonna call it, the non-killed version 1 is actually the way King Piccolo dies, and that's some suggestion that I not suggestion prediction that I have that might lead to him getting added to the game, because it would make a nice, what do you call it, a dramatic finish, because he literally has the move that kills King Piccolo in the game. And I think that ultimately we're gonna get at least one, maybe even 2 or 3 villain characters in these DLCs. So that's one reason why I think. Next one is an obvious one, actually. It's Vegeta, and by Vegeta I refer to the 3 forms that are not added currently into the game, which might have a big chance of getting added. The first one is Majin Vegeta, which I would like personally the most. Second one is GT, which is Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. He has a good chance of getting added because, why just add Goku? That's my opinion, right? And the third form is the evolved Super Saiyan Blue form. I don't think that one is getting added, if any, but he has a good chance because we literally got the Ultra Instinct Goku, and why not just give us a Vegeta version of him? But I think that version has the lowest chance. Next up is Baby Vegeta. Now, we need a villain, as I said, and it's probably happening, but and this is the villain in GT, which is basically when Goku for the first time transformed into Super Saiyan 4. However, I think as the villains in GT, he has the lowest chance of getting added because Goku didn't do his super on him, and he literally never used Dragon Fist on him. He used this Type Stand Kamehameha, but other than that, I think he would be a nice villain to get added because he has a unique moveset, and obviously not in this transformation. I'm referring to the Baby Vegeta form, which is Vegeta Absorbed, whatever you want to call it. Now, the next GT villain I suggest is Super 17. Now, this is literally the character that Goku uses Super Saiyan 4 Dragon Fist on him, and that's why I think he has a good chance of getting added. He would be, actually, in my opinion, he would be a very nice character. I would probably play him, because he has some unique movesets. He could absorb projectiles, which is also kind of unique, and I think he would make a nice addition into this game. Alright, now that's the GT villains. Next up is Kaba. Now, I think this character has a high chance of getting added because he's a Saiyan and these sell naturally really well. And he's from Dragon Ball Super. He has nice moves, I guess. And he's a small character, and notably small characters in this game, all of them are actually crazy. They are all good. So that's my opinion on him, and only just because he's in Super, I think he has some chance of getting added. Next up is Pan. Now, this is the only female character that I think that has any chance of getting added, just because, we have a small pool of female characters, and I think it's kind of unfair, and Dragon Ball has some more female characters that they could add, but I think only Pan has a good chance of getting into the game. She's also Gohan's daughter, if some of you didn't know, and she would make a nice addition to the game, I guess. And right now we're down to the top 4 characters that I think will get added into the game. First up is Toppo. Let me rearrange that. Now, God of Destruction form, I think, or maybe use it as a super only, I have no idea, but I think he's getting added only because we might get a dramatic finish with him and Blue Vegeta, or we're gonna get both of these characters into the game. The evolved form. And he would be kind of nice, I guess, because his body type is unique. He would be kind of large and kind of not large. He would, what I'm trying to say, he would be like Fat Boo. He would have large hitboxes, but wouldn't be as big standing, I guess. And the top 3 characters, and the first one is the top villain that I think is gonna get added, which is Omega Shenron. Now, he's the final villain of Dragon Ball GT, and he has the highest chance of getting added as a contrast to GT Goku and the dramatic finish, which would probably include him throwing a spirit bomb at him. So I think he has the highest chance of the villains to get added, and most people actually suggested him to be added to the game. And the final 2 characters, this one is probably that's 100% confirmed in my opinion, which is Roshi. I think he's gonna get added just because there's like zero Dragon Ball games where he isn't in the game, and he's one of the most popular characters and iconic characters that's been in this show since probably like episode 2 of the entire series. So yeah, I think he's most likely getting added. And the final character is an obvious one which has been suggested by many people, which is Raditz. I mean, I have no idea how Goku's brother didn't make it into the game, but they have 6 Gokus, so yeah, most people have suggested him already, and I think he's probably getting added. So I think that these 4 characters have the highest chance of making it in. These 2 are kind of variable, but the top 2 are probably getting added both, and I actually like these 2 characters being added to the game. This third one's kind of but these 2 are definitely something I would like to be in the game. Now we're into the my wish list, which is the main part of the video, I would say, and these are the top 3 characters that I would suggest. The first one is Original Chi-Chi. Now this is my favorite female character in Dragon Ball, and I would basically like her to be added in the Dragon Ball Tournament uniform, which is the original Dragon Ball uniform, and she would be kind of a rushdown character without ki blasts, which but then again she has Super Dash, and she could use Kaioken in some instances in the series, and I would probably love her to be into the game. So yeah, this is my top female character to get added. And the next character on my wish list, which is they're gonna be both added right away, which is basically my favorite character in the whole game. I have no idea how he didn't make it into the game yet, and his rival, I guess. It's also my favorite fight in the entire anime, so if you haven't watched it, please go watch it. It's actually Super Vegito versus Buuhan, which is Super Buu with Gohan, Gotenks, and Piccolo Absorb. Now this is by far my favorite character in fight in Dragon Ball, and I think if they're gonna add one character, they should add the other as well. Out of these 2 characters, I would probably like Buuhan to be added more, even though Super Vegito is my favorite character, but we already have, Blue Vegito, and they could probably do the same stuff that they did with Gogeta, which is basically just add a dramatic finish where he turns back to Super Saiyan to beat him or something. Other than that, these 2 characters would be probably, Vegito is probably the cockiest character in the entire show, man. You gotta watch that fight. There's some gold in there. And Super Buu would probably be top tier if he gets added in this form, and it's also the coolest form. The only one that actually looked serious to me, the Kid Buu bullshit, was kind of I didn't like it at all. But this form is probably my favorite one in the entire show. So yeah, this completes my DBFZ DLC prediction tier list, and I think that these characters, all of the characters in the DLC will be from this top list. These are the 3 characters that I want to see get added, and this is the honorable mentions that had some chance, but nah, that's not happening. So I guess I'll see you in the next one. That will do for my DBSC DLC prediction tier list, and if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!